here to give my predictions for UFC Fight for the Troops 2. First, just to let you know, the UFC are... All my birds are going mad. The UFC are in fact doing an auction, and it's an experience auction more than anything, where you know, they'll give you free tickets to the premiere or whatever of something, and you have to bid for it. And I assume that all, most if not all, of the money is going to the US military in some way. Not surprisingly then, you have a lot of people on the card who are former military people, ex-forces, and surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, you have a lot from American top team as well. So I'll start at the bottom. And these two first ones I think are not so easy to call because the people have extremely close records. We've got Will Campuzano and Chris Carriasso. Again, these are little people that have come over from WEC. I don't know much about either of these two, and their records are very, very similar. So is the level of calibers they have fought. I'm going to go for Will Campuzano, and I think I'll go for decision on that one. The next one is Charlie Brenneman and Amilcar Alves. Again, little people from WEC. I'm going for Charlie Brenneman on this one because their records are quite similar, but I feel that Charlie has faced better competition. Not always won, but he has faced better competition, and since I don't know either of those very well, that's what I'm basing things on. Waylon Lowe from American Top Team is fighting Willemy Fryer. Now, he's not known in the UFC. I think this is his debut. He does have a record of 18-3, and I think he's probably quite good because he has quite an impressive streak in shootout. I'm still going to go for Waylon Lowe. I'll go for him by decision, but I couldn't really tell you why on that one. I guess I'm a bit wary of giving any sort of new person instant sort of wins against people who have sort of been in the institution a little longer. Mike Brown is fighting Rani Yahya. Expect this to possibly be fight of the night. Again, these two little guys, and they are extremely fast-paced. Mike Brown from American Top Team, you will recall, was the person who deposed Uriah Faber in WEC. Rani Yahya always fighting competition. He's coming off 2 losses, but those were to Takaya Mizugaki and Joseph Benavides, both sort of top contenders there. You know, this is going to be a submission ground match, I feel, and I don't really know who to give the, who I think will win this one. I'm going to go with Mike Brown just because he has been to the top, and Rani Yahya, brilliant though he is, does seem to lose to the very top. But that is going to be a match I think that will be probably fight of the night, that one. So I'll go for Mike Brown, but I'll go for decision again. Sorry to be boring. DeMarcus Johnson is fighting Mike Gumman. DeMarcus Johnson, you'll remember, a former tougher. He also got connections with Sucker Punch Entertainment and connections with Jeremy Horn as well. Mike Gumman, you know, I think DeMarcus Johnson should be okay here. I'm going to predict a TKO in round 2 for him there. Cody McKenzie versus Yves Edwards is the next match. Cody, you'll remember, has just been on the last tough season, didn't win. Known, of course, for his ability to submit people by the guillotine, and that's about it. Don't think he's going to be so lucky with Yves Edwards. He's an American Top Team person who specialises in TKOs, so this is going to be stand-up versus ground. His record is 39-16. Yes, he does lose a lot, but he's faced some pretty big opponents over his time. I'll give Eve Edwards TKO in the third there. Cole Miller is fighting Matt Wiman. Cole Miller, again, American top team person here, specialising in submissions. Matt Wiman has never been submitted, and I'm not sure that Cole Miller will do it, but I am going to give him the win. I might give him the TKO win in the second there. Patrick Berry is fighting Joey Beltran. Now, I like both of these ones, so it's going to be quite a difficult one for me to call this. Pat Barry is a sucker punch fighter with connections to Rufus Sport. He's got a tiny record when put next to Joey Beltran, who, for example, has 10 TKO wins. However, Pat Barry is also into stand-up. Do you know, I'm going to say that I think Pat Barry will win this one. I think he could be considered the underdog, but he does have a lot of heart and he does have leg kicks. And Joey Beltran, I think, has to face the right sort of person to win. I'm going to give Pat Barry the win. I'll give it by TKO in the third there. Joey Beltran I really like because his nickname is the Mexicutioner. I just think that's fantastic. Mark Hominick versus George Roop next. I'm going to give the win here to Mark Hominick. I think he's just faced better calibers, done better. I shall give him a submission win. I shall go for armbar in the second there. Matt Mitrione versus Tim Hague. Matt Mitrione I actually met at the UFC 120 Fan Expo in London, but I don't think he's going to do quite so well against Tim Hague. Matt Mitrione is a Rufus Sport person with a perfect record of 3. He's fighting somebody with a record of 12-4. This is a bit of a squash match. Both specialise in TKO, and I just feel that Tim Hague, it's a minor squash match, this. I think I'll give Tim Hague TKO in the first there. And so the main event here is Melvin Guillard versus Evan Dunham. Evan Dunham is a submission specialist who, in my opinion, he's coming off a loss, but he should have won his last decision victory over Sher. I think that was a bum call with him. Melvin Guillard is a TKO expert, so this is groundsman versus stand-up. And he has a habit of losing, interestingly, by submission to the likes of Nathan Diaz and Rich Clemente. Could be interesting, this one, depending on how good Melvin Guillard is. I'm going to give Evan Dunham the submission. I'll give it as a choke submission in the third there.